Hey guys, quick video. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because I think most of this you've already gone over. So I am just going to go over real quick your coordinates. We already talked about all the vocabulary words, so we don't need to talk about that. The only things I want to point out is that when we have a graph like this, we need to, then on this graph, it has quadrants, and remember we talked about the vocabulary included quadrants, so hopefully you know what that is. So when we do a quadrant, it always moves on a graph just like this. It always moves starting left to right. So it's starting left to right, and it starts right here and goes counterclockwise, so the opposite way of a clock all the way around to start numbering your graph. So you start at 1 here in this top right corner and then go 2, 3, 4. So that's how you know what quadrant your point will be in. So point A, as you can see on the next page, is in the first quadrant. Point A is in the first quadrant. I'm going to back up a little bit so that I can show you both pages at the same time. Point A is right here. It's in the first quadrant. And A is 2 units to the right of the origin. The O in the middle is where the X and the Y intersect or cross, and that's called the O for origin. So the place where they intersect or cross is called the origin. So A is 2 units away from the origin on the x-axis, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3 units up from the O or the origin on the y-axis. So those are the things that you're going to know. And remember, we already talked about the x-axis is the one that always goes first when you're writing your coordinates. So if I'm writing the coordinates of A, I do my x-axis first. I start with parentheses and I say 2, and when I go higher it goes to 3 for the y-axis. The y always goes last, the 2 always goes first. So make sure you're writing that. And so on your guided practice that you're doing tonight, it's just going to give you ask you the coordinates for P. So what you're going to do is on P, you just need to write, sorry, the sun's shining in at this time of day and it makes it really blurry if I don't focus in a little bit more. So we have 3 is what P is. So on the x-axis first is going to be 3. So we write that first because it's on the x-axis, and then it is actually 0 because it's right on the x-axis line, so it doesn't go up at all on the y-axis. So we're going to go 0 for the other one. So it's just asking you to go ahead and point those coordinates on there. For number 2, it's asking you to use your graph paper that I asked you to get today. So if you don't have that, you need to take a break and go get it, or somehow print one offline, and then it actually asks you to graph these coordinates on your map. And same thing, and then over here it's just doing a fun thing of showing you how you can actually use that and connect them. It'll tell you which ones to connect and draw different shapes. The opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel, so remember that when they're giving you direction. So if you guys can do numbers 1, sorry, moving it over, through 14, and on page 46, it's just saying use graph paper for each exercise and go ahead and plot these points and make sure to label them. When you plot this point, 1 on the x-axis, 1 on the y, you put a D next to it so that I know that D is these are these coordinates. All right, have a great day. If you have any questions, please let me know before tomorrow morning so I can plan in on coming early and helping you. Have a great day, guys. Bye.